Jairus, a man of status, a ruler in the synagogue. He commanded respect, his words carried weight. His life, however, was far from perfect. He carried a heavy burden. His daughter, his only child, lay dying. The weight of his world rested on her fragile shoulders. Imagine his anguish, his desperation, his daughter fading away, each breath a painful reminder of her mortality. His heart ached, his soul cried out. There had to be a way, someone who could help. His position, his wealth, his status, all meaningless. He was a father, helpless and afraid. His last hope, a miracle worker from Nazareth, Jesus. Word spread like wildfire. Jesus was near, a beacon of hope in a world of despair. Jairus knew what he had to do. He pushed through the crowds, his heart pounding. His eyes scanned the faces, searching for the one man who could help. There he was, Jesus, surrounded by people, yet radiating an aura of peace. Jairus fell at his feet, his voice choked with emotion, pleaded for his daughter's life. "My little daughter lies at the point of death. Come and lay your hands on her that she may be healed, and she will live." The crowd watched in silence, a father's love raw and exposed. Jesus, unfazed by the commotion, looked at Jairus. His eyes, filled with compassion, met Jairus's. "I will come and heal her," he said. Hope, like a flickering candle, ignited in Jairus's heart. They started towards Jairus's home, every step fueled by hope, yet shadowed by fear. The crowd followed, their curiosity piqued. Each rustle, each whisper heightened Jairus's anxiety. Would they make it in time? Could Jesus truly save his daughter? As they walked, a woman sick for years touched Jesus' garment. She believed in her heart that a simple touch would heal her. And she was right. Jesus felt power leave him. He turned, asking, "Who touched me?" The woman, trembling, confessed. Jairus watched, his heart sinking. Every second felt like an eternity. Jesus, however, reassured the woman, acknowledging her faith. He then turned back to Jairus. "Do not be afraid," he said, "only believe." Jairus clung to those words. His faith, though shaken, still burned within him. He dared to hope. He had to believe. Suddenly, a messenger arrived. His face, etched with sorrow, brought devastating news. "Your daughter is dead," he said to Jairus. "Do not trouble the teacher any further." The words struck Jairus like a bolt of lightning. His world shattered, his hope extinguished, his daughter gone. Jesus, sensing Jairus' despair, placed a comforting hand on his shoulder. "Do not be afraid," he repeated, "only believe." They continued to Jairus' house, now shrouded in mourning. Wailing filled the air. People wept openly, mourning the loss of the young girl. Jairus, numb with grief, could barely comprehend the scene. Jesus, unfazed by the commotion, addressed the mourners. "Why are you making a commotion and weeping? The child is not dead, but sleeping." His words were met with ridicule. They knew death. They had seen its finality. Jairus, however, clung to Jesus' words. Could it be true? Was there still a glimmer of hope? Jesus took Jairus along with Peter, James, and John and entered the room where the child lay. He took her by the hand and said, "Talitha kumi," which means, "Little girl, I say to you, arise." And she did. The room fell silent. Astonishment filled the air. The impossible had happened. Death had been conquered. Jairus watched in disbelief as his daughter, full of life, rose to her feet. He had witnessed a miracle. His faith, tested to its limits, now soared. The love he felt for Jesus knew no bounds, his gratitude overwhelming. The news of this miracle spread throughout the region. It became a testament to Jesus' power over death. But for Jairus, it was more than just a miracle. It was a restoration of faith, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can prevail. His daughter's life, a symbol of Jesus' compassion and love, a legacy that would endure for generations to come.